Hi there, everybody, and welcome to today's Soul Wisdom training, which is all about how to make 2020 your best year yet. Now, I realise that some of you might not be wanting to think about 2020 quite yet, but I'm going to be telling you exactly why you should be really thinking about it right now in today's training. So for those of you that don't know me, I'm Natasha Harris, and I support conscious business owners and leaders to really have a thriving business that they absolutely love, that not only supports them but also supports the planet. Now, you'll probably have seen on my Facebook feed this week that I've been posting about a challenge that I'm going to be doing next week, which is all about stepping onto your path of your money freedom. So if you haven't signed up to that challenge yet, then please do sign up. I'm going to put the link in here as well later, because it's really important, if you want to take part in the challenge, that you get the emails that go out with it. And I'm going to be supporting you all week next week. So there won't be any soul wisdom training next week. So you know. So then really, so why is it important then to talk about 2020 already? Hi there, Amina, nice to see you. Just let me know you can hear me okay. Had a bit of a problem last week that my microphone wasn't working, so I had to do another take. So Amina, if you could just give me a thumbs up or let me know that you can hear me, that would be amazing. So if you're watching the replay, just type #replay, ask me any questions as we go along. Let me know as well what your plans are for 2020. Hi, Amina. So I'm glad you can hear me. So really, why do we want to be talking about 2020 already? Now, I have done every year, I sort of think about what I want to create for the coming year, but I tend to always do it in January. And the first week of January, got a few days off, thinking about what I want to create. Got a bit of a hangover still from Christmas and overeating, overindulging, over drinking. And what I do is I look always at my last year's kind of vision of what I wanted to create, and I look and see how far I've actually come and what I've achieved, what kind of went in a slightly different direction, and what I've actually achieved, so I can really pat myself on the back and really recognize the steps that I've made. But this year, what really dawned on me was, while I was away at the weekend, sort of exploring a little bit of the Norfolk coast. So if you've ever been, it's absolutely stunning. And really what I was really dawned on me was that, next year I was already starting to think about all these kind of ideas. I've been thinking about the challenge that we're doing next week. And it really dawned on me that actually I've already been thinking quite significantly about what it is I want to create next year already. And I've got ideas and I've got plans, and I'm excited about all these kind of ideas bubbling away within me. Have I got a clue, or do I know exactly how I'm going to manage that or manifest all of that? No. And that's what's really important here, is really to recognize that actually we don't need to know exactly how we're going to do it and what exactly that looks like for next year. Hi, Marcel. But what is important is that we start to look at what you want to create for next year now. Because if we wait until January, we kind of get a bit of motivation, we get a bit excited, then January kind of disappears, and then we kind of forget about it, and we don't really start to plan it in any significant way. And so these New Year's resolutions, these new ideas that we have from January onwards, kind of fall by the wayside a little bit. And so when we start to think about things now, we're starting to plan ahead. We're starting to think about things already. And that's why this challenge is coming up now at the end of November, mid-end November, so that you can start to think about it. And it is so important that you do that. So it really kind of got me thinking about, what is it that I really want to create for my 2020? I cannot for a start believe, I don't know about you, but I cannot believe that we're heading towards 2020. It seemed only yesterday, it was like the millennium was just coming in. It was the year 2000. Now, all of a sudden, we're in 2020. So it's really important to acknowledge where we've come in this time, but also where we want to go. So if you kind of know what your kind of like loose plan or your loose vision is for 2020, just type in the comment box. And if you're watching the replay, just type #replay and just let me know what it is you're hoping for, what you're kind of wishing for in 2020. What do you want 2020 to really look like? So for me, the first thing that you really want to really ask and inquire about is like, what would make 2020 the best year ever for you? You might be in a really great place right now, or things might have progressed a bit, but you're not quite where you want to be. It doesn't really matter where you are, but what would make 2020 your best year ever? Now, that might be a personal goal or it might be a business goal. But if you run your own business, like many of you do here, or you're thinking about running your own business, or you're thinking about ideas of what you want to create or take that business to the next level, you know, your personal and your professional overlap quite a lot. So for me, what it became really clear, especially over the weekend, is I want to have more fun. Like that, I want to make my main priority in 2020. And I'm enjoying what I'm doing. I'm loving what I'm doing. But I have this like kind of default of like head down, work hard, kind of like get on with things. And I kind of forget sometimes to enjoy and like really have fun in the process. And I can't tell you the fun I've had in creating this challenge for next week, that I've really enjoyed the process. I've really enjoyed how I've been thinking about it. And it's felt so much easier for me than other things that I've started to do. You know, I've had a bit of practice now. I've done a few of these things here in the group. I've done some more training than I've done before. But like just really planning and thinking ahead and really coming at it with this approach of having fun has shifted everything for me. So what I really want you to do is really think about what is going to make 2020 your best year ever. Write it down in the comments. Own it. What is it going to be? It might be something really, really simple. What is it that you want to achieve? What do you want to do differently? Because if you want to achieve something new and different in 2020, you're gonna have to start doing things differently as well. So this is going to be a showing up. Like if you want to expand and take your business and your life to the next level, you're going to have to expand and take yourself to the next level. You're going to have to do that deep inner work. You know, I'm constantly curious about how I can improve myself, what self-development I can do. What are my blind spots? What's stopping me? What's getting in my way? And I do a lot of that and I love it and I enjoy it. That bit doesn't feel like hard work, although sometimes it feels somewhat challenging, as it does for most of us. So what is it you really want to achieve? What is it that you really, really want to do differently? What hasn't worked for you in 2019? Now really think about that. What has not worked for you in 2019? And for me, it's been like kind of, you know, coming at things with a bit of a serious edge. That has not worked for me. You know, I love doing this. For me, getting into a space of joy and excitement and inspiration in these sessions for me is not difficult. But outside of that, while I'm planning, I can kind of take things a little bit too seriously for myself. So for me, that has not worked in 2019. So I'm really recognizing that actually that needs to come out. And that's how I got to like, I want to have more fun. I want to go and enjoy, you know, spend more time in nature, travel a bit more, spend time with family and friends and, you know, laugh and enjoy the things that I love to do. So what is it that what hasn't worked for you in 2019? That is as an important question for you guys as what do you want to achieve in 2020? Because if you don't let go of what hasn't worked for you in 2019 and in this year, not a lot is going to change next year. So let me know. I can see a couple of people watching. I can't see who it is, but just let me know in the comments if you've got any questions or any thoughts or like what it is that you want to achieve. So what would the next level life and business look like for you? Okay, so write these questions down, because this first step about making 2020 your best year ever is about spending some time being curious, inquiring now. And I'm going to help you with this in the challenge next week. So if you haven't signed up and you're watching this, please sign up to the challenge. Register for it, get all the emails, get all the notifications. Everything's going to be happening in the Facebook group. You will get and see some of the stuff in the challenge next week, even if you haven't registered, but you won't get everything. So you need to register in order to make the most of the challenge. So what does that next level life and business look like for you? Now, this should be exciting. This should be what kind of like drives you and gets you up in the morning. You might not know how to do it. I have no idea how I'm going to achieve and kind of get some of the stuff that I want to create in 2020. But that for me is fine. That feels okay because I know it's just step by step by step. So now the next step really is, how can you let go of that outcome? Whatever it is you want to create, whatever you write down on paper, your mission statement, how can you let go of that outcome to some degree? Because what happens is sometimes we can be so attached then to that outcome, we kind of get so fixated on it. And then as the year progresses, other opportunities come up that might show us something new and something different. And so that goal or that next level thing might change as the year goes by. And so what we want to do is hold on to that outcome and what we want to create, but we want to let go of it, that's exactly what it needs to be, and that is exactly how it needs to turn out. Because with each step of the way, along the way, during the year, you're going to come across new things that kind of excite you, new ideas, new people you'll meet, and those things may change. So, let me know if you've got any questions around that, because sometimes when we're totally fixed and we're totally kind of that is our only direction, we miss things. We get overwhelmed with what we need to do and what we need to achieve and how we're going to achieve it. We need to feel like almost like we have to have everything figured out before we make a start. And that's not how we want to start the new year. So, this is about really changing things, but starting now, starting to recognize what it is that's going to take you to the next level in 2020, but starting now, not waiting till the new year to do that. So then the real third thing is, I've already alluded to this, okay? So it is really about how you can make this fun. Whatever it is, how can you create freedom in your 2020? How can you create more fun? How can you make more ease and flow throughout next year? Because I know from myself and I know from the clients that I work with that, at very early stages, it feels like a struggle. And what we do is we bring that struggle and that energy of that struggle into our business and into our year. And that's what we create for ourselves. So what would 2020 look like if you could achieve your goal and have fun while you're at it? So that's a slightly different take on what the questions I've asked you in point one. I can see a couple of people have just joined now. So if you've missed the questions, come back and watch the beginning of this. But what would it look like to achieve your goal and have fun in doing it in the process, to take it easy, to go with the flow? That is what changes everything that we attract into our business. The effort and the hard work, everything that we put into our business is what we get back. So we need to shift the energy about how we show up in our business and how we show up in ourselves. So what would it look like then? And remember that everything is possible. Absolutely everything is possible. Anything is possible that you put your mind to. Nothing is out of your reach. You might need to overcome some obstacles in order to get there, but that's okay. That's why we get support. That's why we have friends around. That's why we join groups like this, so we can have the inspiration and the collaborative working of the people that are surrounded us that have a similar mission, that have the same challenges as us, so that we can overcome those, that we don't feel so alone. So really allow yourself to dream bigger, to think bigger, to create what you feel is possible. Okay. So let me know if you've got any questions. Let me know if you've got any thoughts or questions about that. What's stopping you? What is really stopping you from having that next level life that you want? Of having that dream, of that goal that you want to have for 2020? What's getting in your way? And letting that go. So the first thing is to really start looking at things now. What would make 2020 your best year yet? Like, think about that. What would you like to achieve? What do you want to do differently? What do you want to let go of? What hasn't worked for you this current year? What would that next level look like? Secondly, start letting go of that outcome. Start creating the intention of what you want to create, of where you want to go. Think bigger, enjoy it, like really believe that you can do it, but let go of that. Don't hold on to that and feel that success or failure are rooted in that outcome or that intention that you're creating. I'll come back to your comment in a minute. Thanks, Amina. And thirdly, how can you have fun creating this? You know, really, what is it that you want to inject into your business? Do you want to have fun? Do you want to have freedom? Do you want to travel more? Do you want to work less? Do you want to be able to put more effort in? Do you want to grow your business, your group, your connections, your community? Or do you want to do something slightly differently that you haven't tried yet? And how can you do that and make it fun? So that's the third thing. Amina says, the Akashic reading I had with you this week has really helped me identify what's stopping me and need to let go of. Yeah. I can't wait to work on this now. Yeah, so Amina, it really is, you know, we've got to let go of stuff to create space for something new. We can't cram in more than we are doing already, because if you're like anyone else and me, we're doing enough. So we don't want to cram in even more. 2020 is not about doing more, showing up with even more stuff to do. It's about what can we let go of? How can we create more space in order to be able to achieve our goals and our outcomes, to having this and achieving it in flow with fun. And that's how you create your best year yet. So thank you for that comment, Amina, because that is really the key here. It's like, what can you let go of so you can create space and allow 2020 to be your best year yet, because it feels easy, it feels in flow. And yes, we're going to have challenges for sure, you and me both, and I'll be sharing those with you guys here in the group. But it is really about letting go of that so you can have more ease and more flow. So thank you, Amina, for sharing that. That's really great. So let me know if you've got comments. Let me know if you've got questions about that. And if you really are ready to have a really different 2020, then come and join my Facebook challenge starting next week. Amina, I know you're coming along, which is great. We're going to do some really exciting stuff. You're going to really come away after just 5 days with so much more awareness of what you want to do for 2020. You're going to be so many steps ahead, not just 5. You're going to be couple of dozen, I can guarantee that. So really do come and join the challenge. Sign up, register, so you make sure you get all the information that you need to be able to do the challenge. And I can't wait to get started with it. So any other further comments or questions, just post in the comments. I'll come back. Let me know what you're thinking, what your aspirations, your dreams, your goals are, and what you want to create. Because if we're here, we're soul inspired leaders. It's going to be something bigger than what you're doing right now. So thanks for watching. Love to you all. Thanks, Amina. Take care. Bye for now.